the young boy that Akademiks tried to say lined him up to get smacked on, right? He responded to it. He said he ain't had nothing to do with it, right? You know, Ak tried to start talking online, you know, to identify, to see who doing something to get somebody involved. When the young boy said he did it, Ak say he ain't touching. But the other young boy said, nah, I ain't had nothing to do with that. Right? I want y'all to check this out, man. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button.
Right? And I'm not going to yell, I'm not going to scream because I don't even want to really even get my energy to this situation. But I don't got no problem to speak on it. There's a simple conversation. Like when I seen him. Akademiks has been posting my content since 2019 up to 2024 and crapping my name out. Young nigga coming up from the hood, you need as much exposure and you're trying to get as much recognition as possible. So of course you're gonna feel away if a nigga's cropping your ad out and putting his ad. You feel me? So now, that was my first time ever seeing Akademiks in my whole life. At the brand risk event, I walked up to Akademiks. Now, think about it. Akademiks said I backdoored you. How the fuck have I why would I backdoor you if I see you at the front door? Think about that. Akademiks, I see you at the front door. Why the fuck do I gotta backdoor you? I spoke to you about what you was doing that made me feel away. I shook your hand. You asked my number. I gave it to you. Simple. Akademiks, you came to the internet and you lied to these a lot of human that just believe whatever the fuck they want. You came to the internet and you lied to these people and you said, I bought that man to your car. I 48'd the niggas around your car for him to get close to you, for him to put his hands on you. So stop trying to look for sympathy and Tylil did this, Tylil put this together. He did not call me 15 times. He's lying. He did not call me 15 times. He's lying. I did not walk nobody to his car to get past all the niggas he was with. He's lying. He's lying. And do you know that this happened probably, I think in August? This happened in August. Akademiks, that should have nothing to do with me. You have to go stop going around and spreading false narratives and trying to paint this picture of me. I did not get you backdoor. If I wanted to get you backdoor, why would I have spoke to you at the brand risk event? Why would I have spoke to you? Why would I have addressed you? No. The problem I had with you, I addressed you about it, and we shook hands like men. We spoke like men, face to face, and it was dead. I drove off. One nigga. So tomorrow, one nigga? Nah, that nigga put his hands on you. You supposed to hop off the knee, grab your nuts, and stand on business. I want to understand if it was 10 niggas surrounding the car, pointing fingers in your face, niggas dragged you out the beat, niggas punching on you. One nigga walked up to your car, Akademiks. One nigga swung at you, Akademiks. You don't gotta do that, Ak. That nigga gave you one lick. And I'll put that together. No, don't put that on Shaniqua, son. Don't blame that on Sha, son. Word of my mother, I have nothing to do with that. Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me, Ak. Don't put that on Shaniqua's son. He did not call me. He did not. He did not call me. He did not call me. He did not call me.
Now, first off, I hope no.
Now, we know Akademiks said that the boy lined him up. And we know that the boy wouldn't admit and say, yeah, I lined him up. Who would do that? Even if he did. But Akademiks, he still doesn't want to admit that he got smacked. But that's something that, you know, happened between you and the boy. he want to blame this young boy and he want to blame Lil Baby, but he don't want to address the nigga that literally smacked it. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna say nothing to him. This the nigga that smacked you, and he's publicly saying he smacked you. Why not go at him? You want to go at everybody else. You trying to make it look like other people lined it up to happen. And you even said you was drinking that night. You wasn't focused. You got caught slipping. You was lacking. Things happen. But you go at a lot of people on the internet and you still try to play the outside like people forget this shit. In the way that you went at Lil Baby for so long, bro, you know people still holding on. Lil Baby could say, all right, we gonna let it go. But that don't mean that these other young boys that cool with Lil Baby is gonna let it go. They might still be feeling some type way. And they out in the street. They running around. You could have definitely did something about that situation, but you didn't. You went around the block, told your security, walk up there while you parked down the street. The security told you they right here. Asked, did you want to do something? And you said no, bro. This how you know you all cat. And he was by himself when he swung at you, man. Y'all was deep. You need to fire your security, bro. Straight up. You need new security. Yeah. But it's going to make, Akademiks leery about speaking to other people in public now. He going to be leery. It takes situations like this to put you up on your game. Because he ain't a street dude, but he wants to be in street business. He wants to be in business that he shouldn't, act like he's a part of. And he act like these dudes is his friend because they might got some money. Now, ain't nobody your friend, man. It's the type of game life is. But it's these people that don't have the street experience, that are intrigued by the street life, that get involved in that type of business, but really don't know how to handle it. But then, I could turn around and say, I ain't no street nigga. You don't know how the streets operate. It's backdoor, it's grimy, it's dirty, it's filthy. It ain't no love in the streets. You got out there playing and you've been talking crazy about Lil Baby for a long time, bro. Young boy caught you off balance and he swung on you and smacked you. And it was crazy though how Act was on there talking, trying to get niggas indicted the way he was talking. He was pulling a whack 100. Facts. He was pulling a whack 100, and that's no cap. The way he was talking about niggas getting plucked off and, niggas lining this up and niggas looking at a 4 PF indictment. I said, Act out of pocket with that one. Facts. But if he don't calm down, because the way he was talking was like, he was back behind the computer screen again. So he was raising up. The way he was talking, it's only going to put you in another situation when you go outside. And if you get the right people, they don't care about security. That's one thing, you can have security, right? But if you get the right person that don't care about your security, they're going to go at the security too. It just depends. So understanding that when you pop it, like you gonna do this and you gonna do that, just know that it's some people that be on that. You know what I'm saying? It's some people that be on that. Yeah, and them young boys, they don't really got nothing to lose. They like, you know, when you young, you gonna take risk that you not gonna take when you older. The streets is a young man's sport, and that's just keeping it a buck. It's a young man's sport in the street, man. And they play that sport like they don't care. They ain't got nothing to lose. They willing to go sit down and start all over again. You know what I'm saying? And this is what some people don't be understanding. And if you was in the street as a young boy, you understand that. We know Act wasn't in the street as a young boy. I was in the street as a young boy, so I understand that when I was younger, it was a lot of things that I would do that I wouldn't do now. And I understand these young boys, they doing things, you know, maybe that I wouldn't do when I was younger, but it's their lane now. So they gonna do a lot of things that you might say, man, I wouldn't do that. When the generations flip over, it's gonna be young boys that's gonna do things that you gonna say, man, I wouldn't do that when I was young. It's their generation. They playing different. And Act, he don't understand, you know, but it take, you know, a nigga getting smacked, still don't understand. Next time, a nigga might give you a leg warmer, could even give you a body shot. Something can happen, you know, for a nigga to understand. You know, a lot of these niggas, they ain't never been shot before. They don't know what that iron feel like. That shit hit different when you get shot. It make you think different, you move different, you know, but they running around like they know the streets because they covering things that happen on the street, but you really don't know nothing about the streets at all. Nothing. All you know is what you learn from these rappers. You don't know anything about the movement in the street. Nothing. You a YouTuber that went to college that wasn't in the street. But you can keep going, you know, and maybe you got to learn, you know, the hard way. And, you know, now, you know, Akademiks is threatening QCP and Lil Baby, what he going to do to the label. And now he want 300,000 to not talk about him. The boy is like tweaking. You know what I'm saying? Low-key extortion. You gotta give me 300,000 not to talk about you now. That shit right there was out of pocket. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. Act tweaking. I can't even hold you. Act tweaking, man. The boy done came out, said he smacked him, so it done crushed his little image. You know, he was the one, you know, talking all this shit, saying they ain't gonna do nothing. You know, yeah. He was one of the ones talking heavy, saying that they ain't gonna do nothing. Nah, they just didn't catch you in the right spot. Just like Wack, they ain't catch you in the right spot. They catch you in the right spot, it's gonna be something different. You know, nigga gonna be out there squirming and trying to get up out of there if they catch you in the right spot. You know what I'm saying? We know what it is. And that's a fact. We know what it is. Smash that like button, though. And, hit that subscribe button, man. Act with a calm down. And I definitely don't like how he was, trying to say that Lil Baby said if he would send somebody at you, he would get him out of there. That was corny. I can't even hold you. That was corny. I said, oh, man. That was corny, Yeah, that was corny, bro. Yeah. Yeah. These niggas be different, though, with it. They different. It's a dirty game. They playing dirty. And you got to be mindful.